Hi guys, welcome to 4 in Tune. My name is Derek and this is my daughter's 2021 Subaru CrossTrek. She bought it new 2 years ago and has put about 42,000 miles on it in just over 2 years. We've knocked out all the other service items up to this point except for the brake fluid flush, so I wanted to take a moment and show you how I did it. I haven't seen too much online about this yet, so this was supposed to be a pretty straightforward how-to video on a 2021 Subaru CrossTrek. So I started things off, the farthest from the master cylinder to the nearest. Well, no, don't do that. That's where things went wrong. This is more of a cautionary tale about costing me a couple $100 in towing fees and dealer fees, in which something that should have been done in an hour in my garage. For the most part, this is just a general orientation of the vehicle and the key points to pay attention to while doing it, but I ended up having to do the entire procedure twice. Well, technically 4 times. I had to bleed each caliper twice with roughly 8 to 10 brake pedal presses at a time because I ended up going back old school. My air bleeder did not work the way that I intended it to, and I think I may be switching that back over to a pressure bleed system, and I will pay more attention to what the service manuals call for the vehicles in the future. So by doing this in the opposite direction, it seems a high amount of air was entered into the system and got trapped in the ABS module itself. So I was on the verge of having to do the ABS sequence control procedure, which meant towing it to Subaru and having them put their diagnostic scanner on it and bleeding the brakes through their system. I was able to sidestep that by going back and doing it the right way, of course, but it just took an extra hour. I will caution you on one particular detail. Just pay particular attention to the level in your brake reservoir. I know it sounds like a simple thing. However, you can push a lot of fluid through the calipers and basically be sucking on some air through the master cylinder. So I didn't get caught in that problem, but I did end up using nearly 2 pints of .3 brake fluid, trying to get this thing done the correct way. And I'm grateful that I could do this with just one extra bottle and not have to go to the dealership to get the lights turned off and the brake pedal back. But if you do find yourself in this situation, just be patient and go through step by step each caliper one at a time. Pressure bleed it either with a pressure bleeder or have someone sitting in the seat, power is off, and have them press the pedal and run through the old school method of getting this brake bled. Okay, so real quick, this is the brake fluid that I used, just some good Lucas .3. Pretty simple stuff. Then this, you're looking at the right rear caliper, and the left obviously looks exactly the same. However, the fronts are going to look a little different. It's not going to be difficult to find the bleed nipples on those. And again, just pay particular attention to the direction of rotation. Right front, left rear, right rear. And that'll save you a whole lot of frustration. And I will also caution you on using a suction or vacuum brake bleeder. Pressure systems work a lot better. So either a pressure bleeder on the master cylinder, or like I did, just use a helper in the driver's seat pushing on the brake pedal. So again, this car's got 42,000 miles on it, and you can see the color of the fluid that I took out after the first round of bleedings. It came out pretty orange, kind of yellowy. So we're definitely getting some of the bad stuff out and getting some fresh fluid in there. So because I had to do this entire procedure twice, I really got every bit of the old fluid out. This is the second iteration after I did it in the proper direction, starting with the right front and working my way around counterclockwise. Still had color in there that I didn't want to see, but by the time I was done, everything was as clear as could be. And what started off as an estimated hour in the shop with my daughter ended up being 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get everything right. So yeah, pay attention. Details matter. And again, this is just for general edification, orientation. One other quick note, I torqued everything back down to 90 foot-pounds. I think the book calls for 89, but I think 1 pound is going to hurt. That's going to wrap this one up. A quick how not to do video, I guess. But I hope there's some good information in here for somebody to use if they get stuck. Again, there wasn't much out there for the, I don't know what generation this is, 5, 6. But this will help you get out of a little bit of trouble should you encounter the same problems that I had. Anyway, thanks for watching. 4 in Tune, and this is Derek.